Before exclusive dating apps like Raya ever existed, wealthy singles had few options. And that's where Millionaire Matchmaker came in. While Patti Stanger helped lonely millionaires find their true loves, fans wondered whether these on-screen pairs would last. Here's what happened to these couples from the show. The Real Housewives of New York mainstay Sonja Morgan has had an A-list dating history. According to the Daily Dish, she was famously married to JP Morgan heir John Adams Morgan and spent 6 years engaged to an actual Italian count. Along the way, she's also reportedly dated Prince Albert of Monaco, Owen Wilson, and botched star surgeon Paul Nassif, but turned to Patti Stanger in 2015. Sonja appeared on Season 8 of Millionaire Matchmaker in 2015, and the Real Housewife did connect with a man named Kent. They ended their date with a makeout sesh, and after the show, he made plans to visit the star in New York. But the couple's relationship appears to have since completely fizzled out.
He's busy doing what he does, which is not this. Okay, so
in 2019, the Bravo star told the Daily Beast that she was back on the market and ready for the real thing. "I'm really comfortable with where I am now. Where I am on the show, my fashion line, my daughter going to a good college. Now I think I could date someone who I could actually spend time with. Sleep well at night knowing I'm not going to grow old alone." Patti Stanger might boast about a 99% success rate, but it's rare that one of her made-for-reality TV couples actually make it. She even admitted to HuffPost that most people split because of the boost in exposure once their episode airs. Nonetheless, ex-NFL player Mitch Berger was one of the few who tied the knot with someone he met on the show. Apparently, all it really takes is a true desire to settle down. He told ESPN in 2013, "I'd go to a lot of parties, the Playboy Mansion, parties in Vegas, Miami, all over the place. I took full advantage of being an NFL player and the opportunities that went with it. I was known as the single party guy. The situation I was in wasn't exactly the ideal situation to find a lifetime mate."
I have no doubt in my mind if I meet the right girl that I'm crazy about, that I'll be ready to do everything and give her everything.
Berger appeared on Season 6, during which Stanger tried to help him reel in his attitude in fear that he'd continue to attract the wrong type of lady. She set him up with a woman named Bambi, and the pair went horseback riding. The couple tied the knot just months after their episode aired, and the two are still happily married and raising a family together. During Stephanie Pratt's quest to seemingly appear on every reality TV show humanly possible, the Hills star made a quick stop over to Stanger's office during Season 8 of Millionaire Matchmaker.
"I'm Stephanie Pratt. My life is the best it has ever been, except that I don't have anyone to share it with."
Beyond the shocking revelation that Stephanie was part of the Millionaires Club, despite being reportedly worth only half that, she picked a startup bro named Trevor, who took her on what she claimed was the best date of her life, and gave her a watch. So, how did this couple fare? Not well. According to Bravo, at the time, Pratt was headed to the UK, presumably to get back to filming something. She planned to see Trevor when she returned, but The Sun reported that in the meantime, she had an affair with the Only Way is Essex star Joey Essex, after they met on Celebs Go Dating the following year. 3 months after making it official, Essex reportedly broke it off, and Pratt fell for Love Island's Johnny Mitchell. They broke up 3 months later. As of 2019, Pratt appeared to be single. When Millionaire Matchmaker moved to WeTV and became Million Dollar Matchmaker, the series featured one of the most bizarre and standout twists in its history. In 2016, British singer Neon Hitch and investment banker Jason Ziegler appeared on the series looking for love, and boy did they find it. It just wasn't with any of Stanger's matches. Stanger believed Hitch had the bad habit of leading with her sensuality, and Ziegler was apparently too picky. Supposedly, Ziegler initially paired with one of his matches, but ultimately ran away with Hitch, she said on the show. "At first glance, Jason is not the type of guy I would usually be interacting with. We're just from 2 different planets, but I found myself fixated as we talked and laughed for hours, and then we ended up going and playing music back in my suite and realized we connected on a level we could have never expected."
I can't imagine like you and I walking in a room. It's like The Odd Couple.
So were they in it for the long haul? Of course not. Judging by now deleted social media, Ziegler and Hitch were hot and heavy for a good minute, but the pair haven't posed with each other publicly in years. We're ruling this one as totally donezo.
I'm in love with love.
You're not in love with love.
PR agent Robin Kasner is infamous in the world of Millionaire Matchmaker. She was famously booted from the Millionaires Club for not following Stanger's advice, but the ban wasn't permanent. Kasner has since appeared on several episodes of the show and had her final run in 2016 on $1 Million Matchmaker. And with all that money spent on matchmaking, did Kasner find love? That would be a solid nope. She told Gawker that she dated bad boy Luke for 2 months and then they even went on vacation together, but the start of their relationship was sort of a sham. She revealed, "They told Luke to be nasty to me. They told him to be obnoxious, that it was his role."
You realize you're not a 10.
Patty, I'm a 10.
No, you're not.
I see a 10.
It seems like Kasner appeared on the show for, well, publicity. In an interview with the blog TBB Reality, she claimed the series has seriously helped her business. And judging by her Instagram, she appears to be too busy being a mom to focus on love anyway. Dakota Pratt is another member of the Millionaires Club that pulled the old switcheroo. The artist was a, quote, magnet for damaged women, and missed all of Stanger's intentionally planted red flags during his 2016 episode. She set him up with Laniza, who she believed would be his perfect match, but he ended up going for a girl named Allie. The couple barely made it out of the door. According to WeTV, Pratt realized after the show that Stanger was right and went back for Laniza. As of early 2020, they were still together. But considering that since then Laniza posted a photo of another guy on Instagram and we haven't seen her pop up on Pratt's feed, we are guessing they're definitely done now. Manzo'd with Children star Chris Manzo is one of Bravo's most eligible bachelors, and it looks like that's still the case in 2020. The reality star first appeared on Millionaire Matchmaker in Season 4, only to go for Round 2 on Season 8. But he didn't just have to deal with Stanger, he also had to deal with his mother, the Real Housewives of New Jersey matriarch Caroline Manzo, who clung to his side throughout the entire episode.
You matured a lot since the last time you've seen Patty?
I've gotten older since the last time I see Patty. I don't know if I've matured a lot.
For Chris's second visit, Stanger was concerned that he might still be a bit immature. So she put him in a training session with YouTuber Jenna Marbles, who basically concluded that dating Manzo would be like, quote, adopting a teenage boy, and threw him into the Shark Tank that was Stanger's matches. The reality star chose YouTube cosplayer Amanda, who he planned to visit in California, but things ultimately didn't work out. Shortly after the show aired, Chris told The Daily Dish, "Since the show, I have dated here and there, but nothing too serious. I am currently single." Years before tennis star Sam Querrey beat Andy Murray at Wimbledon, he appeared on Millionaire Matchmaker looking for love. He was searching for a woman who wanted to watch him play tennis and travel around to tournaments. He chose a ballet dancer named Kylie, and the show claimed they'd been regularly seeing each other. Unfortunately, this alleged romance appeared to be purely made for TV. In a 2015 interview with Desert Sun, Querrey revealed, "The date was fun. The girl I chose was really cool. At the end of the episode, it said we're still together, but actually, she never talked to me once after the show was shot. I was sort of peer pressured into doing it, and I was nervous before it came out because I thought it would be embarrassing. But it wasn't that bad."
I was just feeling it. Everything was going well.
Regardless, Querrey did go on to find his dream girl. According to The Sun, he married model Abby Dixon in 2018. One would think the rapper formerly known as Lil Romeo, whose real name is Romeo Miller and who is now all grown up, wouldn't need Stanger's help. Yet he still appeared on the show in 2015. Apparently, up until that point, Miller had met all of his dates in clubs, which clearly wasn't an ideal place for a 25-year-old to find romance. He ultimately picked a woman named Talia, and the two reportedly stayed in touch.
I wouldn't say I'm a player, but I have a long line waiting outside at the milkshake bar, whatever it's called.
Still, it doesn't look like anything came from the connection. On a 2019 episode of The Wendy Williams Show, Miller admitted he was single but had a crush on BlacKkKlansman star Laura Harrier. According to E! News, he was also oddly linked to a love triangle with Angela Simmons and Bow Wow. However, TooFab reported that Simmons and Miller were just friends and have been feuding through their series Growing Up Hip Hop. Larry Birkhead famously dated Anna Nicole Smith prior to her tragic accidental overdose in 2007. She passed away when their daughter, Denny Lynn, was just 5 months old, and according to ABC News, Birkhead fought tooth and nail to get custody. Since then, the single father has spent most of his time focused on his daughter, who he said was trying to ease him into the world of dating. He told E! News, "Denny Lynn tries to hook me up. She is a matchmaker more than I am."
I really haven't had any girlfriends since Anna Nicole. The only girl girl in my life is my daughter.
In 2014, Burkhead eventually brought in the pros and appeared on Millionaire Matchmaker. He hadn't dated since Smith passed away and spent most of his time managing the late model's estate. He ended up picking a date named Michelle, and the pair hit it off. Unfortunately, nothing really came of it. In 2020, Burkhead admitted to E! News that he still wasn't really focused on finding love, claiming, "I've been on a few dates, but I'm not on dating sites or anything like that." It seems as though Smith is indeed a tough act to follow. In the early aughts, Stanger claimed to have, quote, put gay dating on the map. Despite this, it somehow still took her until 2013 to feature a lesbian on Millionaire Matchmaker, the taste winner Chef Christian Oy, also known as Chef K.
Do you know how long we've been waiting for lesbians?
Well, here you go.
Chef K did find love on the show after first glossing over a woman named Brittany in her mixer, and then later circling back around to the blonde. Chef K later discussed her experience with Mediaite, revealing, "Stanger is the matchmaker, but as far as lesbians go, it's new ground for her. I don't want to say she's less experienced, but it's new ground. She did well." Fast forward, Brittany and I have been dating 10 months now, and we actually live together. Though the pair showed promise, it looks like they've since split. But based on her Instagram in 2020, Chef K appears to be very serious with her new flame, Ashley Baldy. Luke Rockhold joined a very special club on Millionaire Matchmaker, and no, it wasn't the Millionaires Club. He joined the ranks of people kicked out of the Millionaires Club. The UFC middleweight champ hadn't had a serious relationship in nearly a decade, but treated his time on the show like he was in the ring. The star faced off against Stanger, who kicked him out of the club after he touched one of Stanger's staff members and asked an inappropriate question of one of his dates.
I'm a lover and a fighter. I just haven't found the love.
Though Rockhold never did find love on the show, he did apparently find a fling. In 2015, the UFC fighter claimed to have hooked up with one of Stanger's co-stars, according to TMZ. While he wouldn't say whether or not it was the one he originally made a pass at on screen, he went on to allege that the show didn't exactly paint him in a good light, but added, quote, "Any PR is good PR." Clearly that was the case because Demi Lovato found him charming enough to briefly date him. According to TMZ, they were together for a few months but broke up right after New Year's Day in 2017. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.